CTV News at 5 with Tony Rima and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Tony is off. Nearly $20,000 in cash and drugs have been seized following a drug investigation on Brunswick House First Nation. That's according to the Anishinaabe-Aski Police Service, which was assisted by the OPP. According to investigators, a home was searched on the nation where police found a variety of illicit drugs, a shotgun, and almost $9,000 in cash. 4 people are now facing multiple charges. And 2 people are facing charges in Elliott Lake after OPP uncovered roughly $26,000 in cocaine. According to police, the pair were charged after a traffic stop on Highway 108. A 55-year-old and 27-year-old, both of Elliott Lake, are now facing trafficking charges. Time for our first check on weather. For more details, we go to CTV's Rick Wyman. All right, Rick, pressure is on. Long weekend is here. Dazzle us.
Well, no pressure really, because like most people say, I'm 50% right and 50% wrong. So here it goes, our systems map, courtesy of Environment Canada. It's all brought to you by CAA.ca. Here we go with our system. We've got some precipitation rolling in late tonight and overnight. We've got the chance of showers at 40% across the board for tomorrow. And, well, of course, this evening and into tomorrow, some sunny breaks as well. Some sunny breaks, warm temperatures. We'll get into that in our 5-day forecast just minutes away. Ian, great to see you back on the desk.
Thanks so much, Rick. Happy weekend. A new Indigenous affordable housing project is coming to North Bay. More than $4 million was announced this afternoon. All 3 levels of government are contributing funds towards the final cost of the build. CTV's Eric Tashner reports.
Recognizing that solving Canada's housing crisis is a joint effort, all 3 levels of government are stepping up to fund a new Indigenous housing complex. $4.5 million is coming from the Canada-Ontario Community Housing Initiative.
All the more important to make sure that we have projects like this in urban areas.
These are all passionate people that are working towards a common goal: to build homes.
A 3-story, 60-unit affordable Indigenous housing unit will be built on this vacant piece of land, providing both 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom units, along with a common area for tenants. The total construction cost is $22.3 million. The units will be developed and operated by the Ontario Aboriginal Housing Services, which owns the property. People will be moving in from all walks of life.
People that are currently housed that are overhoused and living on top of each other in overcrowded situations. They could be coming from people that are living in subpar conditions.
The project has been in the works since 2017. The city's share will be $500,000 through the Housing Accelerator Fund.
The overall wait list yesterday was at 2,541 people that are actually waiting for market and affordable rent.
The latest Nipissing district-wide homeless count conducted last fall found over 450 people experiencing homelessness. And of that, over a third of the homeless population self-identified as Indigenous.
They're not considered on equal playing field when they're submitting applications for mainstream housing.
They have to have somewhere to go, and this is just another part of the puzzle that we've been trying to put together.
Tenants will be able to access health and child care services at the adjacent North Bay Indigenous Hub. Construction of the project is expected to start by early fall, with an opening date scheduled for February 2028. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
Pauline Rochefort also making a major funding announcement this morning to support manufacturing in North Bay. More than $2.2 million from FedNor and the Regional Tariff Response Initiative will support 5 businesses. Premier Mining Products Incorporated and Pilot Diamond Limited were the major beneficiaries, with roughly $1 million each to help purchase equipment and fund upgrades to their facilities. The Central Manitoulin Council chambers were packed last night, many looking for the results on the vote of a notice of motion that would reinstall a low-E ceiling in the Providence Bay Arena. Many still upset with Council's mixed decision to remove the ice pad from the facility.
I know it's $48,000, but we're way under budget in the whole repairs of both arenas. So it's going to be a long time, in my opinion, that we have a multi-purpose recreational center for the municipality. I think we have to baby our arenas and keep them going.
The notice of motion went on to pass, but was amended to at least have staff complete repairs to the facility first before the roof is installed. There is also talk of a public committee being struck now in hopes of having the community come together around a solution. Bill C-218 seeks to stop the scheduled 2027 expansion of medical assisted dying known as MAID to people whose solely underlying condition is a mental disorder. 3 doctors with leadership roles in psychiatry in Northern Ontario have written a letter to the federal government supporting Bill C-218 and expressing their concerns. CTV's Elena Everson has more tonight.
The letter supporting Bill C-218 was sent to Prime Minister Mark Carney, signed by the current and 2 former chairs of psychiatry at the Northern Ontario School of Medicine University.
Sometimes it can come up with when they're despair, they're down. We cannot say permanently anybody is mentally ill cannot be recoverable.
Dr. Coca has worked in psychiatry for 40 years and says he joined several doctors across Canada in supporting Bill C-218.
Many patients with suicides, families, as well as people with homelessness, severe mental illness, I see that compassion and caring and all the necessary treatments available, we can always instill hope on them.
In an emailed statement, the Office of the Minister of Health says, the safety and well-being of all Canadians, especially those who are vulnerable, is our government's top priority. The Joint Parliamentary Committee has begun its review of the health system's readiness for MAID, where mental illness is the sole underlying condition, and our government looks forward to the committee's findings.
Those who ask for MAID may be having suicidal ideation, so if we go for irrecoverable solution, we are doing disservice to the patients and their families.
Dr. Coca says he would like to see more advocating for more resources for people who are vulnerable because of mental health issues or addictions to make sure they are safe and get the necessary help. Elena Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
Time for a quick break. There's more to come here on CTV News. We'll be right back after this break.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Hey, the long weekend is finally here. We've got a little bit of precipitation to talk about and some nice temperatures. Warmer weather is coming your way as we hit the mid-May mark. Here we go with the precipitation. By early tomorrow morning, we've got some precipitation overnight heading into tomorrow. Pretty well 40% chance of showers right across the board in the Northeast. Should be nice on Sunday and warmer, and some nice temperatures coming up. Also some precipitation next week, and then we got a drastic cool down. Let's check out Sudbury Nickel Belt right now. Chance of showers at 40% for tomorrow, 20 your high, 18 Sunday. Sunday pretty well nice across the Northeast. 23 Monday on the holiday, sun and cloud. Chance of showers Tuesday, 19. Then it goes from 23, 19 back down to 10 Wednesday with the chance of showers. Wow. Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, chance of showers tomorrow. Risk of a thunderstorm 18, 20 on Sunday, sunshine. Chance of showers all 3 days, 40% on Monday, 40% Wednesday, and showers during the day on Tuesday. Your temperatures 18, 16, whoops, going back down to 7 by midweek next week. How about Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing? Chance of showers tomorrow. Risk of a thunderstorm 22 your high. 15 Sunday. Not a bad day. At least you've got the sunshine. Showers Monday 15. Showers Tuesday at 7. Nice drop there of 8 degrees. Another 7-degree day Wednesday. But in this case, sleet, showers or flurries, and an overnight low of 0 for Timmins, Cochrane, and Kapuskasing. Temiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake, chance of showers tomorrow. Risk of a thunderstorm at 20. 16 Sunday, sunshine. Chance of showers Monday, 23. 21 Tuesday, chance of showers. Back down to 11 by Wednesday of next week. 40% chance of showers. Overnight low of just 2. North Bay, West Nipissing. Here we go. Chance of showers at 40% tomorrow, 16. 18 Sunday, sunshine. Chance of showers Monday, 40%. 25 then slowly dropping back down. Tuesday, 22 chance of showers and only 13 Wednesday chance of showers. So those plans for the plants, hold off. Got to wait until at least the first week of June. And I know you're a big flower planter. So is my wife. So again, I don't know where this is going in terms of plants and the right time to plant, but you're going to have to wait at least a few more days before things start to heat up, and then you can start planting. Back to you.
I can be patient. Thanks, Rick. Starting next week, ambulance communications officers in the Sudbury Central Ambulance Center will be using a new system to dispatch medical emergency care. The Medical Priority Dispatch System is the standard practice in several regions across the province. It means communications officers will ask more detailed questions to help prioritize the most urgent calls first. Low urgency incidents will be dispatched as soon as possible, and patients will receive follow-up calls to ensure status hasn't worsened. Changes will apply to both the Manitoulin Island and Sudbury District. Meanwhile, North Bay Fire and Emergency Services are warning of a phone scam where the caller requests payment for an outstanding invoice for services. In a press release, the city says neither it nor emergency services typically call for payment. If you receive a call of this nature, hang up and contact the city or emergency services to verify the call. North Bay Police have been notified these calls are occurring. Drivers heading out this weekend are getting a break at the gas pumps over the next few days. Here are some of the prices that we found across the north from GasBuddy.com. The average price of gas in Sudbury is $186.9, $176.6 in Sault Ste. Marie, $178.3 in North Bay, $191.9 in Timmins, $185.9 in Elliott Lake, and $186.2 in New Liskeard. Lake Nipissing and Lake Temagami remain under flood warnings for the long weekend. The MNR saying today both lakes remain high and are urging recreational boaters to be cautious and stay clear of dams. With the recent flooding, waterways in the region could have debris, including logs, docks, and other items. The flood warning has been issued until May 19th. Speaking of high water levels, as we alluded to just there, the state of emergency remains in effect for several communities, including West Nipissing. The community has posted a list of what boat launches are open. Some of it, they say, continue to be affected by high water levels. The museum launch, the launch in Laving and the St. Jean Beach launch, the water is still too high to install municipal docks. In the meantime, docks have been installed at Cache Bay, Lake Sheboygan, Lake Muskesong, and Holditch Street. More information is available on the town website. The city of North Bay says it's winding down sandbag filling stations due to decreasing demand and stabilizing conditions on Lake Nipissing. It's no doubt good news for those along the shoreline that have been watching it closely. Existing stock of pre-filled sandbags remain available at Champlain Park and Sunset Park. However, those sites will no longer be restocked or staffed. Officials say they're continuing to monitor the levels, which are still high. There's more to come here on CTV News at 5. For now, let's head to a live shot. Speaking of the travelers, this is Highway 400 right now. This shot thanks to our friends at CTV Barrie down on Essa Road. And if you see that in the distance, that traffic moving left, that long line of cottagers is heading north in our direction. The weekend has begun. Looks like they're in for some pretty decent weather. Stay with us. There's more to come. You're watching CTV Northern Ontario. Women fleeing abuse just gained another resource to help them get to a better tomorrow. A new partnership will bring legal experts specializing in housing rights to the Community Connection Center by Women in Crisis. CTV's Corey Nordstrom reports.
A celebratory event marked the beginning of the new Trauma-Informed Housing Law Partnership. On the second Wednesday of each month, the Algoma Community Legal Clinic will now host a women's housing rights clinic at the Women in Crisis-run Community Connection Center.
The primary goal of the Women's Housing Legal Clinic is to provide legal support for women experiencing housing law issues, so to prevent homelessness, to protect their long-term tenancies, as well as, if necessary, a safe way to end their tenancy if they're fleeing abuse.
Up to 5 lawyers and paralegals will rotate in the new effort with trauma-informed support from crisis staff. Officials with the legal clinic say the venture is a perfect fit, with domestic violence being a major contributor to homelessness for women.
We know from police statistics and crime statistics that with the major economic impact, like the layoffs at the plant, we're seeing increased domestic violence situations, and we want to be, at the ready. Who cares really about the legal argument, and who cares really about rights? If you're not safe, if you're not physically safe, there's nothing further to discuss.
This partnership adds to a suite of services at the Community Connection Center. Since beginning operations last fall, it provides a safe space for counseling, referrals, and family law supports for women fleeing abuse.
When she may be full of that fear and that unknown, it means she can come to a place, be supported, not have to tell her story continuously over and over to different agencies. She can come here and we can reach out to all of the agencies that she will need to support her in moving forward.
The new partnership is also preparing to take their work beyond the Soo. Family law experts from the center will join the Algoma Community Legal Clinic when it heads to Elliott Lake for a housing rights clinic sometime in the near future. Corey Nordstrom, CTV News, Sault Ste. Marie.
A friendly warning, or at least a reminder tonight to be prepared, especially after some of the rotten weather we've seen over the past few months. CTV's Madison Merrier has more from Public Health Sudbury and districts.
Record snowfall, flooding, and a recent boil water advisory, all in a short time frame. Officials say it's evidence as to why being ready is so important.
With the recent events that have occurred over the last few weeks, we thought it was very important to remind the community about being prepared. And timing is key, and I think everyone just recently gone through it is listening.
I always keep a case of water now, and just in case. And it wasn't too bad for me because I went out of town last weekend, so I was able to avoid it. So I was lucky.
We haven't yet. No, we haven't personally created a plan since we're unwell, but I'd say with the schools, there definitely should be better plans put in place.
Emergencies can happen fast, so Public Health Sudbury and districts is advising residents to have kits ready in advance.
There are resources on Government of Canada website, Emergency Management Ontario, the city website as well as our website to help people guide them in their plan and things they could need to consider, like their children, their pets, things like that we may not be thinking about.
A 72-hour kit should include everything you need daily, like water, prescriptions, and then more focused items like batteries, flashlight, and a radio. But it is important to replenish and refresh items, including bottled water.
The general guideline is to keep it in a cool, dark location and use it within the 2 years. It's also important to ensure no chemicals or hazardous materials are stored in the same area.
On top of creating an emergency kit for the home, Public Health Sudbury and districts is recommending people create an emergency kit for the go and even one for your vehicle. Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
Tennis is all about timing, but right now the Sudbury Indoor Tennis Center is waiting for repairs to the dome to let people get back to playing.
Originally, we were optimistic that we would be open for the summer, and now it just kind of keeps getting delayed to, we really believe we'll be open for the fall, but yeah, until we have those quotes and that timeline, we just don't know.
We're getting our first look at the inside of the dome since that massive winter storm and the damage from its collapse. Hall says the courts look to be in good condition, but a resurfacing team will be brought in to correct any possible damages from water and dirt. The majority of the damage occurred to the lighting inside the dome. Sourcing new lights and shipping estimates of up to 6 to 8 weeks is another reason for delays in reopening. A second round of tickets are now available for FIFA Fan Fest. Toronto has released another batch of free general admission tickets for the World Cup event. During the first release last week, 220,000 tickets were snapped up within hours. Those looking for an enhanced experience can purchase premium tickets. Those run for between $100 and $300. When we return, we'll take a look at your community close up. You're watching First at 5. Time now for a look at our community close-up, and for that we begin in magical Matachewan. It looks like Carol Knott was out for a hike, or maybe this is her backyard, but she came across these beautiful pussy willows. I know we're having a late growing season, but man, does that feel great to see things like this out in bloom again. Thanks so much for sharing, Carol. Lynn Seguin from Monetteville sent us this great video of a bird. I'm guessing that's maybe a woodpecker at her front window. I'm not quite sure, but whatever he or she is, it is gorgeous. I don't live far from there, Lynn, and I was just thinking I need to get myself a bird feeder because I need to get that for sure. Thanks for the inspiration, Lynn, and thank you for keep feeding our feathered friends. And finally, Ted Gunn spotted this tufted duck out at Fielding Park yesterday. And this is what I mean, like I clearly have to get out and enjoy the outdoors more because I would have maybe even mistaken this for a loon. I am going to clearly brush up on my nature, but this is still really cool to see and really cool to look at. Thanks so much for sharing, Ted. If you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, you can email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. Before we go, we have a quick programming note to let you know about. We have a CTV News special presentation airing on Monday night, where we'll be taking a look back on some of the more positive and fun news stories we've focused on in the last few months. Here's a special sneak preview. We may even have an interview with a professional football player, hosted by myself. It's a special we're calling The Good News. You can catch it here on CTV News at 6 and 11:30. You can also watch it on Crave or find it online. Finally, for us tonight, North Bay is out with its new tourism campaign, and let's just say it's the definition of tongue-in-cheek.
North Bay, gateway of the North. Where's the gate? And what is it?
The video entitled Nothing, Nowhere, Everywhere is the idea of Tourism North Bay. It goes on to say North Bay has absolutely nothing. Their words, not mine. Nothing but sandy beaches, nothing but clear blue skies, and nothing but crystal waters. Officials say the idea highlights the people, the Northern Ontario way of life, and let's face it, confidence. It's the first release in a 2026 seasonal rollout with fall and winter installments expected. Good for them. I mean, what a great place to go and spend some time this summer in North Bay. There's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.